What's the 96 up here with our RBL Takeover Draft Analysis. If you guys can hit that like button down below, haven't already, subscribe to join the Philshocker crew today because you be grilling with the king of the crew. We are actually taking over a team in the Regional Battle League hosted by my good friend, the Gaming Potato. We will get another chance to potentially hopefully battle him and stuff like that, but we do get another matchup we do get to take over a team. We were given unlimited transactions for this team, and then we are still given at least our normal 3 to 4 free agency transactions. And this team didn't get a lot changed, I'll say that. On the original team, it was G-Max Hatterene, Toxtricity, Milotic, Lucario, Haxorus, Gardevoir, Avalugg, Shuckle, Cincino, and Solrock. So I basically changed 3 of my C tiers, 1 B tier, and 1 A tier. So I basically made about 5 transactions, which is pretty good because it means I pretty much like the team as it was, and I took over the team. So if you guys can hit that like button down below if you haven't already. Subscribe to join the Philshocker crew today because you'd be thrilling with the king of the crew. Okay, I think I repeat myself so many times, and I apologize. So I'm going to stop that and just get into it. So first off is we're going to go ahead and just talk about our G-Max first of all. And I actually decided to keep G-Max Hatterene. I want to use Hatterene. Hatterene's been a very interesting Pokemon to me. And I just think it's a relatively good Pokemon. This thing's HP stat is not the best. It's got really good natural defenses and really monster special attack stat. Thing in Trick Room is a monster versus a team. And if I can get this thing in, this thing is going to be a monster that I have to handle. What's also really good is it does get the ability of Magic Bounce. And Magic Bounce is really good because it bounces back hazards. So it's definitely going to be a part of my opponents to kind of be careful with their hazards. In fact, that they cannot, instantly click Toxic Spike. They instantly can't click this move, that move. And that's something that's going to be really cool. I just also decided to keep Toxtricity. And this has been a Pokemon I have been dying to use. I actually am using Toxtricity in another league, but that league is going to be put on a hold for right now because I don't want to spoil any excitement for you guys. But I wanted to use Toxtricity still, and I couldn't wait for the league to start. I have to get it. I have to use it. This thing's a monster. Shift gear sets because of its bout average attack stat, which is really good, actually. Takes advantage of that. Plus 2 speed, then Punk Rock, which is like Amplifier. If you ever know what Amplifier does, basically gives you boost to sound-based moves like Snarl, Boom Burst, and now its signature move, Overdrive, by a certain percentage-wise. And if you get boosted by things like Magnet and Silk Scarf, this thing just destroys teams on its own. This is a fantastic Pokemon. This is a game-changing WinCon Pokemon, and I'm really excited to try Toxtricity out. Up next, I actually dropped Milotic, and I did spoil what I did, and it's Manabuzz. I grabbed Manabuzz with the fact that I've never tried Manabuzz, and I really am interested to try it. I tried it in a 6th-gen league, but I had to leave because the league was kind of dying, and I just didn't think I had time for it. Be also on the lookout. There's going to probably be an update video on some league stuff and everything like that, and maybe my personal, but I dropped this in because, for one, I need Defog. Defog is very important for this Pokemon, and also I need a Dark type. And this is one of the kind of premier Dark types. There was Weavile, and I really, really wanted Weavile because I've never used Weavile, but I couldn't risk a decent, like a Defog or something like that. I grabbed one of the best Defoggers in the Gen 8 format. By the way, we are doing Gen 8, but we are not allowing the pre-home moves that got released. So everything is strictly the way it is in the games and stuff like that. So there's that. But I'm really excited to use Manabuzz, and I'm really hoping to try it out well. Up next, we have Lucario, and I've never really have used Lucario much in my time of drafting. Yes, I've used Mega Lucario. For those who know, I did use it in a Mega League or WWC. But I've never used really standard Lucario. Now, if I have, it's only been like a few times, and it's never really been in a mainstay league run. So, I decided to keep it because, for one, it's one of the best skill types to grab in this format. 2, a fantastic priority in Dual Stab is really great. And the abilities are also really good. Most likely the Justify thing because of Dark type spam, which Dark types really kind of do a decent amount in this format. And I'm actually looking forward to using Lucario. Up next, it's the return of an MVP. I had to keep him. He was the best there was, the best there ever will be. And to be honest, there wasn't really that many good dragons left that I saw. I mean, Flapple was there, but quad weak to ice I wasn't really comfortable with. And if I look at my team, ice is something I struggled with. So I kept Rex because, for one, there's very limited switch-ins to a Haxorus. And the only realistic switch-ins to Haxorus are Unaware Mons, which only one Mon in this draft is, and Corviknights, which means I can't spam my dragon moves and stuff like that. But I can still click CC versus them because that's what I got. And I'm literally looking forward to using Haxorus. It's one of my favorite dragons, and I'm really looking forward to that. Because Moldbreaker Earthquakes, Unnerve can be a little bit hidden tech if I really wanted to. That's in regard. Up next, I decided to drop Gardevoir because, one, I already have a Psychic Fairy type. Why do I need 2 Psychic Fairy types for this team? And I was going to pick up Seismitoad, but someone took Seismitoad, and surprisingly Seismitoad went undrafted, which I have no idea why it did. But I couldn't get Seismitoad, so I actually went with actually the better pick. And that's Quagmire. Quagmire offers a lot of things for this team. Does it get Stealth Rocks? It does not get Stealth Rocks. Okay. That's fine. Does it get Toxic? Good job. Okay. So this gave me a really good defensive Pokemon. This also gave me Water Absorb, so it stops things like Dracovish from clicking buttons versus my team. And also Unaware, which is a really good ability, actually. And it basically, if you're like the +5 attack, +5 speed, that's basically ignored, and you're just hitting me with a normal base attack stat. So that's what I love about Unaware. I haven't really used Unaware a lot, but I'm trying my best. But when you look at my team, and then you see the rest of the team as well, I've covered Quagsar's weaknesses to a point where grass types may even not even come versus my team because of how well I check them. But I'm interested in trying Quagsire. Never tried Quagsire before, and I'm looking forward to it. Next pick, I actually traded away. I gave away my Avalugg and went with Vileplume. It was the only best grass type there was left. There was Serena, but I really think I needed a grass type that could give me a little diversity than I would get with Serena. Don't get me wrong, Serena's great, and it would have probably been the better grass type to grab. But with a Mon like Quagsire there, and plus when I looked at water typing, there was not really any good waters left, unless I wanted an A-tier water type, which was Barraskewda. But Vileplume gives me a secondary Ground and Poison, which is really good. It gives me another good Trick Room user if I really wanted to, in that simple regard. But it gives me a really good defensive Pokemon, but it also gets access to things like Strength Step and Effect Spore. Strength Step's really good for the fact that I can -1 attack and regain my health. Effect Spore is really good for the fact that I can potentially get a chance to burn, poison, freeze, or anything like that. No, let's see, what's it? Quick. Poison, paralysis, and sleep. Okay, so not the other stuff, but still, it's really good to get that, and plus it can really mess some people up in that regard. We've got Centiskorch here. I'm not going to talk too much about Centiskorch because I've actually used it in one league before that. But one thing about Centiskorch is really good, Trick Room. And you're going to see now that some of this team really is going to work well in Trick Room. That's a lot of times when my opponent has to prep now. But Centiskorch gives me an access mod to check fire types with Flash Fire. It also gives me a White Smoke so I can't be intimidated. And Flame Body to where I can burn my targets if they try to hit me. Heavy Boots is a really good item in this generation, but it's a wasted item on some Pokemon like Centiskorch. But in the end, I think it's going to be a Pokemon that I can really use well, and I'm really excited to actually really try it again. Cinccino I kept on this team for the fact that the speed is what I really needed it for, and plus, a relatively good, decent attacker. Technician's not that bad, but it's not really boosted by much stuff. I think Skill Link is by far the better ability because of that I can hit 5 times. So Bullet Seed, Rock Blast, and Tail Slap just hit so hard versus the team. And I'm really excited to try Cinccino because this is my real first time using it. And same as this bad boy, it is your boy, the Tapster, Mr. Rhyme. Steal that girl, Mr. Crime himself. But we have Tapster here, our Mr. Rhyme, and I grabbed it for the fact that it's got Screen Cleaner, which basically means it blows away Light Screen, Reflect, Aurora Veil, which is really good. Not the best speed set, but it does give me a Rapid Spinner, which is really good. It gives me a really good, decent Spadef Pokemon and a really good special offensive Pokemon as well. But that's going to be the team takeover, guys. I think we can do well. We actually are taking on the coach that took over another team for the week. But I've been Phil Shotgun. Thank you so much for watching.